stop what you're doing. Seriously, because the information we're about to reveal completely flips the script on everything you thought you knew about Apple's quietest powerhouse. If this leak is real, it's a total game changer. So leave a comment right now and tell me your initial reaction before we even dive in. For years, the Mac Mini has been the ultimate stealth product in the Mac family, affordable, deceptively powerful, and small enough to vanish behind your display. But the leaks we just pulled back the curtain on for the M5 Mac Mini don't just upgrade the hardware. They fundamentally rethink what a desktop computer can be. Forget a mere spec bump. This is a true revolution packed inside that iconic 7-inch aluminum square. We got the full internal specs, the core counts, the alleged price point, and a baffling contradictory release date window. And trust me when I say you will not believe the single most important, mind-blowing technological leap Apple is about to unleash. If a new computer is even remotely on your radar this year, you absolutely must stick around for every second of this breakdown. Let's dive deep into the M5 Mac Mini, easily the most insane desktop leak of the year. The Silicon Beast, M5 and M5 Pro specs. First, let's talk about the beating heart of this machine, the M5 and M5 Pro chips. The Mac Mini has always presented a distinct choice, the ultra-capable base model versus the true pro-grade beast. The M5 generation is taking that gap and widening it into a canyon. The base M5 chip is setting a new performance standard, reportedly coming with a robust 10-core CPU. The real magic is the move to a next-level, refined 3-nanometer fabrication process. Think of 3 nanometers as the engine block of a hyper-efficient muscle car, delivering massive horsepower while barely sipping fuel. Specifically, the leaks point to a configuration of 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores, which is a significant power jump that dwarfs many traditional desktop CPUs. But the actual headline is the GPU. We're hearing whispers of a jump to a stunning 12-core GPU. If the rumored 45% graphics performance boost proves to be accurate, your casual gaming, your 4K video editing projects, and your complex motion graphics work are all getting thrown into instant hyperdrive. This chip alone is enough to send a massive wave of upgrade fever through M1 and even some M2 Mac Mini users. But for the serious content creators and developers, the M5 Pro Mac Mini is an absolute stunner. Leak specs suggest a monumental 16-core CPU. And get this, 12 of those cores are pure performance cores. That is legitimate, workstation-class power, putting it squarely in the territory of a Mac Studio killer. Paired with that monster CPU is a beastly 22-core GPU. 22 dedicated cores for graphics alone. This M5 Pro Mini is, for all intents and purposes, a full-fledged Mac Studio competitor cleverly shoehorned into the Mac Mini's compact shell. Imagine rendering a huge Blender scene or compiling massive Xcode projects, and the Mac Mini just breezes through it. This is Apple challenging the entire desktop PC industry. The unified memory architecture, now faster than ever, is the unsung hero, ensuring the CPU and GPU are never choked for data. The sheer force of the M5 Pro is poised to make the Mac Mini the most potent small form factor computer on the planet. This is desktop domination, crystal clear. Deep dive, the magic of 3 nanometers. To truly grasp the scale of the M5's generational leap, we need to momentarily focus on the 3-nanometer chip fabrication. This isn't just a number. It's a bedrock of the M5's superiority. Visualize a crowded city map. The smaller the streets, the nanometers, the more houses, the transistors, you can cram into the same space. The M5 chip is packing billions more transistors into the exact same physical footprint as the M4. This intense density is a secret sauce. More transistors mean 2 things: sheer raw speed and unprecedented efficiency. Because electrical signals have a much shorter distance to travel, tasks are completed faster than ever. But the real transformative benefit is how little power those tiny, tightly packed transistors require. This is why the M5 Pro Mac Mini is expected to run significantly cooler and quieter than any of its predecessors, delivering explosive desktop-level performance without the annoying sound of a jet engine fan. This 3-nanometers process isn't just an advantage for Apple. It is the industry gold standard for performance per watt. You're essentially investing in a machine built on the most advanced, power-sipping silicon technology currently available. This massive efficiency directly translates to lower energy consumption and a desktop that stays perfectly cool even under the most brutal pressure. The AI revolution, why the neural engine matters. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the feature that is almost certainly going to compel everyone to upgrade, whether they initially planned to or not: artificial intelligence. The M5 isn't just faster, it's profoundly smarter. Apple is touting this as the next major leap in AI capabilities for Mac. The M5's neural engine is rumored to be up to 4 times faster than the previous generation. 4 times! Why does this matter to you? Because AI is no longer limited to simple chatbots. For the creative professional, just think about the implications for Photoshop and Final Cut Pro. Imagine instantly masking the background from a batch of 1,000 photos. Picture Final Cut Pro automatically analyzing your entire timeline and suggesting intelligent edits, or stabilizing shaky footage in real time with zero render time. Adobe is already weaving generative AI deep into its Creative Cloud. The M5 Mac Mini will execute these features at speeds currently deemed impossible, meaning less tedious waiting and exponentially more creating. Your entire workflow is about to become an AI-accelerated dream. For the developer and the gamer, the benefits are just as profound. Developers get blazing fast machine learning model training and seamless on-device AI integration. For gamers, it means advanced upscaling techniques. Think an Apple version of DLSS, rendering stunning, high frame rate graphics using pure AI acceleration. The M5 is explicitly engineered for the future of computing, and that future is fundamentally AI-driven. This single, silent upgrade to the neural engine is the true justification for the M5's existence. It's not just speed, it's a whole new tier of computing that Apple is unlocking, and it's happening right inside the Mac Mini. The hidden I/O upgrade, RAM and storage speed. Here's a detail from the leaks that often gets missed, but is absolutely crucial for any professional user. The I/O input-output speed. The speed of your RAM and your internal storage are just as important as the number of CPU cores. The M5 Mac Mini is expected to ship with a new generation of unified memory, which is not only larger but also dramatically faster. This allows the CPU, GPU, and neural engine to all access data from the same memory pool with vastly reduced latency, which is essential for heavy tasks like manipulating gigantic image files or editing multiple 8K video streams simultaneously. This memory speed boost eliminates the constant bottleneck of data transfer. Furthermore, we are highly anticipating an upgrade to the internal SSD technology, with PCIe 5.0 becoming the new standard across other Mac models. The M5 Mac Mini could see a monumental leap in storage read and write speeds, potentially doubling the performance of the M4 generation. This is massive. Imagine a huge video project loading in literally half the time, or installing a massive game file in mere minutes. This hidden speed boost is the dark horse feature of the M5 Mac Mini. It makes every single interaction with the machine feel instantaneous, completing that signature snappy feeling of Apple Silicon. Design, ports, and the missing features. Alright, so the chips and memory are insane, but what about the shell? This is where the news is a little more classically Apple. The Mac Mini received a fantastic, modernized redesign in the M4 generation, so the general consensus is that the M5 will simply keep that sleek, compact aluminum aesthetic. And frankly, that's fine. Why mess with perfection? However, we are fiercely hoping for some key internal and external shifts driven by the new Pro chip. The port wishlist starts with a must-have for the M5 Pro, a major jump in display support. The M5 architecture absolutely enables support for next-gen standards. Will we finally see HDMI 2.1 on the Mac Mini, finally allowing for true 4K at 120Hz gaming? It's a huge hope. Even more critically, the M5 sheer power opens a door for Thunderbolt 5. This would mean absolutely absurd transfer speeds, twice as fast as Thunderbolt 4. If Apple introduces an M5 Pro Mac Mini with Thunderbolt 5, it instantly becomes the ultimate machine for professional video editors using external SSD arrays. We're also hearing rumors of an improved, more sophisticated cooling system to effectively handle the increased thermal output of the M5 Pro. Apple is packing a staggering amount of power into this tiny box, and efficiently managing the heat is absolutely vital to sustaining that blistering performance. The leaks are quiet on any major physical design overhauls, but definitely keep your eyes locked on port and thermal upgrades. Those are the silent performance heroes. The competitor challenge: killing the mini PC market. The Mac Mini has always occupied a unique niche space, but the M5 is positioning it to utterly obliterate the competition, especially the Windows Mini PC market. Companies like Intel, HP, and Dell are trying to cram desktop-class components into small boxes, but they all face one fundamental hurdle: heat. Their systems rely on loud, aggressive fans and often use much larger chassis just to keep temperatures manageable. The M5 Mac Mini, thanks to that unbelievable 3-nanometer efficiency, can deliver the same or even superior performance in a fraction of the physical space and with near-silent operation. The M5 Pro Mac Mini, in particular, poses an existential threat to the Mac Studio. Why would you spend thousands more on a physically larger Mac Studio when a fully kit M5 Pro Mini can offer 90% of the performance for significantly less money? Apple is knowingly cannibalizing its own high-end desktop line to make the Mac Mini an absolutely irresistible value. The competition is no longer just Windows. The M5 Mini is now competing with and winning against Apple's own premium desktops, pricing, configurations, and the death of 8 gigabytes RAM. Let's talk about the bottom line, dollars and cents. The Mac Mini has always been defined by its aggressive, accessible pricing, and the latest leaks suggest Apple is smartly sticking to that successful playbook, even with this massive performance infusion. The $599 game changer is the rumored starting price for the base M5 Mac Mini. But here is the single detail that makes this price point revolutionary. The leaks strongly suggest the base model will finally ship with 16 gigabytes of unified memory and 256 gigabytes of storage. If this proves true, it marks the glorious death of the much-maligned 8 gigabytes RAM-based configuration. 16 gigabytes of unified memory at $599 is an absolute killer value proposition, meaning the base model is instantly future-proofed and capable of handling serious multitasking and demanding applications right out of the box. The M5 Pro price tier is expected to start at $1,399. This is a significant jump, but considering the workstation class specifications, 12 performance cores, 22 GPU cores, it's a perfectly justifiable price for a machine that can rival a Mac Studio costing thousands more. This new pricing structure perfectly segments the lineup: $599 for power user and $1,399 for the pro video editor, developer, or designer. Apple is cementing the Mac Mini as the irresistible choice across the entire market. The release date dilemma and final verdict. So, the biggest question: when can you actually get your hands on this incredible machine? This is where the leaks get truly chaotic and conflicting. On one side, we have multiple reports strongly suggesting a late 2025 release. Think the October/November window. This would align perfectly with Apple's recent M-chip release cadence. The M5 chip is already powering the new MacBooks and iPad Pros, so the silicon is clearly ready to go. On the other side, we have reliable industry analysts suggesting we might have to wait until early to mid-2026, perhaps even a WWDC reveal in June. Why the delay? The rumor suggests Apple is prioritizing the MacBook Air and the higher-end Pro chips first, and the Mini has a history of lagging slightly behind. The most probable outcome is a staggered release. We might see the M5 base model later this year, with the M5 Pro model pushed back to early 2026. Either way, the underlying message is crystal clear. The Mac Mini M5 is not a rumor. It is confirmed in the code. It is absolutely coming, and it is going to be an AI-accelerated monster. The final verdict: should you wait? If you have an M1 or an older Intel Mac Mini, the answer is an undeniable yes. The M5's leap in AI, graphics, and I/O is simply too significant to overlook. If you have an M2 or M4 Mac Mini, you're safe for the moment, but even you will be jealous of the M5's potential to make every single application on your machine run smarter and faster. This machine is not merely an upgrade. It is a definitive future of the compact desktop. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.